Hi there, my name is Laith Hardy, aka Hardy. My first name is actually Laith, but a lot of people call me Hardy for the simple, for the ease basically. I came to the country almost 10 years ago. I've been living here in Maximir in the last 10 years, and one of the reasons I came to the country, I fell in love firstly with my wife, who's Croatian. Also, you know, the people, the culture, the weather, food, you have everything. I keep getting asked this question, why? Why did you move from London? And honestly speaking, people don't realize here how rich your culture is, how safe your country is, and you know, the people, you know, for me, is you know, they're beautiful, like you say, lijepo. And my background, we've been in the IT services background for over 20 years. That's one of the reasons why I came here originally. I was on a project initially for 1 month, and it turned into a 1-year contract. We kept on extending. When I left Croatia, go back home to London, I decided Croatia was for me. And fast track 10 years into now, 2 years ago, my business partner Sabby and I.
Say hi.
Hi, I'm Sabby. Currently living in London, but I'm moving to Zagreb. Very soon.
So we decided 2 years ago, we've been in the IT services business for nearly 20 years, and we wanted to do something a little bit different, to use our personalities, our creation, innovation, etc. into something new. And the closest thing that we decided to do within hospitality is coffee. One of the main reasons is we're obviously coffee lovers. Okay, we've been passionate about coffee for, you know, for me, I can speak on my behalf, for almost a decade, and we're intrigued about it. So I wanted to move into that area to do something in particular. And after my education within the Specialty Coffee Association, I'm now accredited along with my business partner. What that means is that we are experts when it comes to brewing, roasting, with the harvesting farms, barista skills. So we are fully equipped when it comes to that kind of skills.
Will you be opening like a coffee shop? I mean a bar, like I can go there and drink your coffee, or like just a shop where we can buy your...
Sure. So let me just give it a little bit of context before I answer that question. So our idea, yes, is the short answer. We will be opening soon. It will be in September. It's under construction. It's in a place, it's in the heart of Zagreb, in Teslina. So we're looking to open around September time. For a couple of reasons. One is under construction, and plus we would like to launch and promote our products as much as possible. Gives us time to do that. And the idea behind this, let's say, place is not just to be the next coffee shop. We're close to theatres, we're close to you know, other type of cultures. So our concept will be coffee, cocktails, and finger food. So that would be one of our concepts.
So like a light restaurant based on coffee.
A bistro, yeah, maybe like a bistro. But we want to. We're not chefs. You know, we're not specialists in that area, and doesn't mean that we will not hire at some point. But our kind of like vision is to work with the community. So if we have a restaurant opposite us, we leave them, the experts, to deal with that. If there's something missing in the market in terms of gap, we'd like to cover it. So that's our kind of idea.
Like Laith said, he's been here for near enough 10 years. I was surprised when he did come to Zagreb. I was not aware of Zagreb and the rich country and the richness of Croatia. First time I came here, opened my eyes. Such a beautiful country, beautiful city, beautiful people. And every year, you know, since he's been here, I've been visiting not just Zagreb, you know, Ravine, Split. I think the only place I haven't been is probably Dubrovnik, which is hopefully we will go this year, take our coffee over there. And we just fell in love with the city itself. You know, the culture I mean, the coffee culture here is already very rich. You know, we feel we can add value to that, especially with our own unique creations. It's been received very well during this festival, because this is the first time we've actually opened it up to, you know, the public, we would say, and you know, the feedback's been very, very positive. So it's very much encouraged us not only to showcase what we have today, but you know, if you come back to us in September, we may have 3-4 other products. You know, the essence of our business is coffee, is the essence, I guess, the fundamental. But we're not just a coffee business. You know, we want to bring premium brands, collective, under the WellBean umbrella. Ideally, we really want to be promoting Croatian brands, if possible. You know, it's a very rich country, very resourceful in what they have, so we want to marry everything together. One way I would kind of like to describe it in a nutshell, we're like an incubator of, you know, premium products. Our creations, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but that's the kind of idea and the concept. So, you know, we're very excited. Like Laith said, you know, we've been working in the corporate world for, I don't know, it feels like decades, right? So we always want to do something for ourselves, you know, we back ourselves, and there's nothing better than working with your best friend. He's like my brother, so, you know, to be able to work with this guy is a privilege, and yeah, we're very excited by the future.
They said it's dangerous to work with friends because they're
well,
like...
they say you should not bring mixed friends with business, but touch wood, you know, that's not the case, you know. In a year's time, who knows, right? No, but no, hey, it's an honour, it's an honour, it's an honour.
Just to add a little bit more context to what Sabby was saying, our concept, it's been really thought through for the last 2 years, and what that means is that we've done a lot of experimentation, research the market, and that being, we had to find the right coffee for the right taste palette, being in Croatia. Our coffee comes from Italy. It's produced in Italy. We use our coffee partners called Mocafloor. They're ultimately our roasters. So we're using their coffee, and one of the reasons why we are using their blend is because they've been in the business for 70 years. So we thought through for our strategy, because we are new in the market, we use our skill set with our strategic marketing experience with the real experts when it comes to roastery. We can roast, but I just feel that, you know, it might be a little bit too early, so I think it would be good to bring the rich or good quality coffee from Italy, Florence, directly to the rich coffee culture here in Croatia. And what makes it different is that we have varieties. So we have people that like the commercial, speciality, or maybe in between, and we can cater for that. So ultimately, this is our kind of target there. Yeah.
What's people's reactions to your coffee so far?
Well, I can give you a couple of quotes. They said it's the best coffee served at this festival. So, you know, the proof's in the pudding.
He's being modest, by the way.
Yeah, I'm being modest. It's been received very well. Like Laith said, we have such a variety, but I think you know, I think the 100% Arabica versions that we have, and we have multiple different versions from different regions. It's gone down really, really well. I think, you know, the palette here is very sort of speciality. I think you really enjoy it.
And can I just add to that as well, that because we've been educated within the specialty coffee domain, we understand how to present the type of coffee, the type of quality coffee to the right person. And how we do it is translate. This is all technical. The coffee beans, if you see it, it's a different language. But what we try to do is simplify it as much as possible. For example, we would say to the customer, what type of note do you like? Is it chocolate, fruity? They will give us the simple answer, and we take that information and basically translate it to whatever coffee that we have and present it to the relevant customer.
What like what mistakes do people do when cooking coffee at home, and that makes their coffee bad or like not so good as it could be?
Excellent question. I mean, for me, I would say it's just down to experience. We say practice makes perfect. I mean, ultimately, if you was to go back to history, how coffee was invented was basically in a tent, okay, with primitive products. Okay, so there was no right or wrong. So when it comes to making coffee, it's very easy, but it's just about the right measurements, the right time, and constant visual optic appearance to the coffee.
Chavape I love.
You can cover that one.
Yeah,
And I'll go, okay.
So you mentioned you love chavapi, but what Croatian food did you try? You're here 10 years.
Okay.
He's not here that long, but probably tried like our traditional food.
Sure.
And how it's different from England.
Sure. So let me start from the beginning. When I first arrived, I was unsure about the food, and I'm very much into my fitness and health, nutrition. England offers a lot of varieties from all around the world. The one thing that's missing is the real organic type of food, whether it's vegetables, fruits or meat. And here in Croatia, that was one of the other reasons why I came to the country, because it actually improved my health. Maybe a little bit taller than normally. Only kidding. I think that's my only hope. But in general, I would say what attracted me to the food here, everything's fresh. I feel everything's fresh, and if it goes off, it goes off. It's organic. When I first tried the meat, even turkey, prije, that is one of the probably the chewiest or toughest, kind of meat. But honestly speaking, there's no smell to it. It's tender, even if it's rushed cooking. I love your beefsteak here. The steak is out of this world. It's amazing. Even the piletina, the chicken is amazing. But my favorite is the beefsteak. There's varieties, different type of restaurants that serve excellent quality beef. And also, one of my other favorites is the spit roast lamb. The Swiss roast, the Janitina.
Yeah.
Oh, Isuse. That is probably something, one of my favorites. I love it with the krumpir. And
young onion.
Oh, unbelievable. Such a basic kind of dish, but it really is something else. It's so delicious the way it's cooked. And lastly but not least, the ribice.
Yeah, fish.
Yeah. Amazing. Much better on the coastline, but still absolutely amazing. I love it.
What have you tried then? What do you think? Well, the main thing that I fell in love with straight away was the chavape. Unbelievable tenderness, like Laith said, the quality of meat. It resonates within that, and the butter, and the bread. For me, I always say there's a word I say, forget about it, right? It is bellissimo, and generally just the quality of your products, the salads, even the basic things, as a simple salads, the flavoursome compared to what it is in the UK, imported, and the organicness here. It could be the same product but two different tastes. That really opened my eyes, and again, I must put on pounds when I come visit him in Zagreb. I must leave 3-4 pounds heavier. So I have to work harder when I get back in the UK. So love the food, but it's not even the food. It's the culture of eating, going to the restaurants, the family-orientated atmosphere. Obviously the rakia. I love the plum version, which is the heavy stuff. It's just everything. I couldn't give you a bad review or anything since I've tried. I have a very simple palate. I love meat. Croatia's great for it. I love fish, great. Vegetables. So
the burek. What about their burek?
What's the burek?
The one from the bakery. They serve meat and the pastry.
Yeah. yes, that as well, man. I mean, the bakeries are great. I mean, I can go on forever. You know, usually when I'm here, I used to go around town and Zagreb. When I see something, I go in there and just go and take it. And everything's always beautiful. Always beautiful.
Can I just also add to that the other kind of beverages? Vino. Your vino is out of this world. I have to tell you a small story. So our business partners are Italians. So before we went to see them recently, we went to Rovin. And as you know, when it comes to Eastern olive oil and vino, I took some to prove a point to the Italians that I'd like to consider myself as Croatian, we can compete with you boys as well. And truly, honestly, the olive oil, the vino, all types. You have varieties, the mushkat, the grashevina, really great inventions there.
I think maybe we have like a problem with making it famous. I mean, the Italians or the French, they're like our wine, they win the competitions, and we don't just send our wine or our olive oil to competitions. We're like silent,
yes.
But maybe too much silent.
This is the other thing that part of my presentation, I'm going a little bit off track here, that I think we should all work as a community. I think there's too much competition and lack of probably or paranoia to work with each other. But I think if we go hand in hand with each other, you'll make the country strong. For sure. I mean, for a small country, just in a football match, you guys make a big noise. You make much bigger noise. I'm a Chelsea fan, and when Dinamo Zagreb played in Chelsea, we had the stadium was 44,000, and there was 1,000 Dinamo Zagreb fans. They made much more noise than the English.
Did you go to a game here?
Yeah, I'm a Dinamo Zagreb fan. I'm sorry, Hajduk fans, whoever, but yeah.
Well, they're blues also as
Yes,
Chelsea.
exactly. That's one of the reasons, just to not confuse myself.
So you can use the one shirt for both clubs.
Exactly, switch on that. And definitely sporting Hrvatska for the Euros. If they don't play Engleska, hopefully.
About life in Croatia is, you said you moved from England, from London. It's a bigger city and like richer country. But you like it here more. Why?
You know, that question has been asked since I moved out here, and the number of times that question has been asked, I've been a multi-millionaire answering that question. But the simple answer I would say is that one of the reasons why I left London, as well as my wife and the people like we discussed earlier, my life was running like 100 miles per hour. I felt like when it was a Monday, in a blink of an eye, it was subota already. So it was moving so quickly that I thought, this is not normal. My life was moving too quickly. When I came to Croatia, there was an imbalance because it was a massive shock to my system, from from Lewis Hamilton to something a little bit slower. But I am grateful for that. It really was slower. It was hard to adapt at the beginning because obviously it's adapting to the culture. But when I finally did adapt, it gave me more meaning to life. Because what does a human really want more in life? You know, we eat, sleep, and whatever you want to say, but we have it all here in Croatia. You have 4 seasons. In England we have 1 season or almost 2 seasons. So the weather obviously plays a huge part. It's more stressful in the UK. It's very competitive, expensive, but Zagreb isn't cheaper anymore like I first moved into it, but that's another story. But in general, it moved my life a little bit slower. I have a son, almost 5-year-old, half Croatian, half British son, and it just made more sense. My soul felt like it belonged to this country.
will the son, if he becomes like a great footballer, will he play for Croatia or England?
I would encourage him to play for Croatia, honestly, because Croatia's given everything, or will be given everything to him, and the same for me here as well. You know, for me, this is, you know, our brand is not English; it's Croatian. It's a Croatian company because all the resources come from Croatia, really. Okay, you have two British guys, Sabby and I, leading obviously the company, but that's it really. I think it's a good combination, having with the resources that Croatia can offer, with our, you know, two innovative minds. I think we could make a good chemistry.
How's the work part in Croatia? I mean, we have like some silly laws and like the bureaucracy is complicated.
Yeah. It's a very political.
That's the bad part.
Yeah. No, you are right. You are right. When it comes to the bureaucratic process, it's different. It's unique. But honestly speaking, when it comes to politics or bureaucratic processes, you're more honest here. You're more honest here than the UK.
Really?
So yeah, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit slower. But what helped me, if I'm honest with you, coming here as a foreigner, was my wife. She helped the whole, you know, process being a smooth process for myself and my business partner. Now I know how to deal with the bureaucratic process. I can help him here. So it'd be good to, if you encourage, you know, expats or new people coming into the country, to get lawyers or some kind of agency that help that process, you know, more smoothly. Because dealing directly with that kind of offices is very, very challenging. But other than that, you have pluses and minuses in every country. And if that's really the worst that you have, I'm grateful.
Yeah.